Hi guys, and welcome back to Zombie Locker. Now, I've already done a review for 28 Years Later, non-spoiler, so there's so much to talk about, and it was just so difficult not to give spoilers away, so I've decided to do a spoiler review. If you want a non-spoiler review, click this link. It's probably not there. I'm pretty new to this, and just watch my non-spoiler review. But for now, I'm going to give away all the spoilers, all the details, because there's so much and it's so hard not to talk about it. So I'll just go briefly through the plot. It's been 28 years later. Britain's been cordoned off by the government, and basically people have been left there to their own devices to survive with this virus. The rest of the world is moved on as normal. I don't know why they wouldn't have just nuked Britain. It seems kind of ridiculous that they'd just leave this virus there because, you know, it's not like COVID. You're talking about fucking zombies. Nasty, horrible zombies. Highly contagious. One bit of spit, one bit of blood. So I think 28 years later, they would have fucking nuked the place. So you've got this kind of community on Holy Island. And I like that. It's very good Walking Dead in the sense that they're trying to rebuild society. They've got a seamstress, farmers. They've even got beer. It's just like a working town without any sort of technology, and I like it. And I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's trying to teach his son how to be a zombie killer because it's like a rite of passage. So he takes it onto the mainland because Holy Island is cut off by a causeway that when the tide comes in you can't get back. A little bit like Woman in Black, where it's one way on, one way off. I like all that. It makes sense. They're completely cut off. They've got some good security. They've got sort of like a fort protecting the island. Now, once Aaron Taylor Johnson takes his kid Spike onto the island, it's awesome. It feels like a really good zombie movie. It feels like a 28 Days Later zombie movie. The zombies, for the most part, are terrifying. Apart from those stupid fat ones. I get like it's been 28 years and viruses mutate, but why have fat ones? Considering the first wave of zombies died out from starvation, why would you have fat ones? It's like when you've got, you know, fat characters in Lost or The Walking Dead, as if there's no food around. So you've got these they come across these like alpha zombies, and they're really tawny, muscular, very like Vikings, very like cavemen. And, okay, you can suspend a little disbelief. They're really muscly. They kind of make out the virus has become like a steroid where they've got more muscles. I don't know where they get pecs from because steroids don't quite work like that. You don't just take steroids and get pecs. You've still got to work your pecs to get them. But it's a zombie movie. So, you can suspend a bit of disbelief. Now, the problem with the alphas is that they're very human and very dangerous. And I did like them, but there's so much hate for Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder's movie, and it's just so similar. I've seen a lot of 28 years later reviews, and nobody is mentioning the similarities. You know, you've even got the alpha zombie in Army of the Dead, really muscly, long hair. He's even got like a wife who's fucking pregnant. It's so similar to this, and I just think, because Zack Snyder has made so much shit in the last few years, people don't want to associate a Danny Boyle film with it. But it is very similar. But don't forget, Zack Snyder made Dawn of the Dead, one of the best zombie movies ever. So you've got Jodie Comer, Spike's mother, and she's sickly in bed. Now, she's getting really bad headaches. She's getting memory loss. She's basically got dementia. She can't remember anything. And I know they've been cut off from the real world, but there's a lot of older people there that will probably guess, considering I guessed, she's got a brain tumor, she's got cancer, or something that's inoperable, regardless if you've got technology. Maybe you could do if you're at a working hospital, but pretty obvious what she's got. Spike sees a fire when he's on the mainland and finds out there's a doctor played by Ray Fiennes working there. He's sort of living as a recluse. He's maybe gone insane. So Spike sneaks his mother out to see Ray Fiennes. So meanwhile, you get a shot of these like soldiers arriving on the island. Remember, it's been cordoned off, so it's just left to their own devices, become like medieval again. And you've got these soldiers completely dressed in tactical gear, guns, headsets, and they're going through the island, shooting zombies. They all get killed by one. And then cut then to Jodie Comer and her son. They run away from some zombies into this, I think it's a petrol station or a shop. It's very hard. I can't remember, to be honest. Anyway, they get in there. It's filled with gas. And they just can't breathe. It's a nightmare. Zombies are going in and it's all dark. And it's quite a cool scene. But it's like... And then the soldier saves them by shooting the gas and blowing the place up, hoping that only Jodie Comer and Spike would survive, which is really bizarre. Very un-28 days, if that makes sense, because for the most part, this franchise has been pretty much realistic in the sense that the zombies aren't dead, it's a virus. But anyway, they get rescued and they got this soldier with them. And it feels a bit tacked on because the soldier is only there to show the outside world is still working. He's got a mobile phone. He's got a girlfriend with the trout pout and all the sort of only way his Essex looks with the big lips, as if the world is exactly as it is to us, but Britain has been completely cut off. So there's a little bit of humour, which is kind of missing from the other two because they're very bleak. So the mother then just kind of runs off and then ends up on a train, and there's a pregnant zombie. She's clear. It's hard to tell. She's the like the wife of the alpha, but she's got clothes on because all the zombies are naked. Don't know what it is with Danny Boyle and naked people. You got Cillian Murphy in the first one with his dick out at the start, and then you've got all these naked zombies running with their cocks out. It's quite funny. I suppose if they're Neanderthals, they've never had clothes if they've been there for 28 years. So on this train, there's a zombie giving birth, and I suppose again so Jodie Comer kind of helps the zombie give birth, holds her hands, has this motherly instinct, and gives birth to the baby. And it's not like Dawn of the Dead remake where it's a zombie baby. The baby's completely human, and they take the baby, and then the soldier kills the mother. And then the alpha comes with his cock out, and he's got his steroids, and he kills the soldier, rips his head off and spine, and then cut to where they find Ralph Fiennes in his kind of bone temple where he keeps bones, which that part of it I really liked. Like, I know I'm slagging it off because there's a lot to love. The first half is brilliant, but I like this. I like Ralph Fiennes. I like this character. It's just, he wasn't enough for me. And I suppose he's in the second one, because these two films are made back to back, the next one. So there's a bit where Ralph Fiennes lets Spike put a skull on the Temple of Bones thing, that statue, and a few of them collapses, and he goes, "Oh, sorry," and then Ralph Fiennes, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not precious about it." I think he would be if it all came tumbling down from the top. So yeah, they don't kill the alpha for some reason, so they escape the alpha, they stab him in the neck with some kind of drug. I've forgotten now. I don't know why he kills him. Maybe Ralph Fiennes kind of has a respect for him and doesn't want to kill him because he sees him as human. Who knows? But then, anyway, the mother dies because she got cancer, or Ralph Fiennes puts her out of her misery. And then you've got the kid then who drops off the baby back home in Holy Island, puts a little note saying, "Found this baby. The mother was infected, but the baby's not." How the fuck does that kid know? It could be a carrier. It could be like 28 weeks later. It could still be infectious. They would just kill that baby instantly. They've lived this way for 28 years. It's ridiculous. If you think that's ridiculous, right at the end, setting up the next one, it's the famous Jimmy Savile, Austin Powers ninja sequence. For fuck's sake. Honestly, I've heard there was a ridiculous ending. And for Americans, I suppose you don't really know who Jimmy Savile is. He was a British TV icon who ended up being a child molester, and he used to wear like a colourful tracksuit with long blonde hair, chains, with gold rings, and he was violent. His name was Jimmy Savile, and he wasn't a ninja. He didn't know parkour, definitely not. And he died before his conviction, which I'm suppose they're saying in this because society in Britain ended in 2002. Nobody knew how evil he was because he died in 2011, and that's when it all came out. Look up Jimmy Savile. It's fucking horrible. But anyway, even if you didn't know who Jimmy Savile is, the whole end is ridiculous. You have these like ninjas doing backflips, ripping out spines, and you can't do shit like that in this sort of film. The zombies are so infectious. It's ridiculous. You get ripped to one little speck of blood in your eye, in your mouth, in a cut. It's not like Walking Dead where they're chopping them up and there's blood going everywhere and nothing happens. These are highly infectious creatures, and you wouldn't be doing acrobatics and doing tricks ripping their heads off. You at least have some masks if you've lived in this world. So, yes, I'll watch the next one, but because this Jimmy Savile ending is kind of leading into the next one, and the next one's directed by Nia DaCosta, who did The Marvels. Fucking hell. Really, really strange choice, but who knows? She might do better than this. She might do better with this than compared to like The Marvels. But yeah, that's my spoiler review. Look, I sound like I'm shitting on it, but there's so much to poke fun of. It doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy it. There's plenty to like. But it's just fun, making fun of these things, because I am precious about the series, because I love number 1, number 2. They're brilliant films, and they're so grounded. There's nothing in it that's unrealistic. And this felt a little bit cartoonish. And that's, a lot of people don't like the second one, but it's not cartoonish. It's a good film, and I think people should revisit it. But overall, yeah, these are my thoughts. Look, if you disagree with me, drop a comment. I'd love to chat with you guys. And if you love zombies, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.